Something led you here. Something bigger than coincidence, bigger than logic. You may not fully understand it yet, but deep down, a part of you already knows. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to receive this revelation. For too long, you've carried burdens that were never meant to be yours. You've worked, struggled, and fought to survive, all while wondering why life seemed so much harder for you than for others. You've watched people with half your heart, half your wisdom, and half your effort succeed while you kept pushing, wondering if your breakthrough would ever come. But today, everything changes. Because from this moment forward, it is no longer your responsibility to carry the weight of provision. Your struggles were never meant to last forever. They were never meant to define you. They were only there to prepare you. And now God has taken over. You are stepping into a season where your financial battles are no longer yours to fight. The doors that once remained closed are about to swing wide open, not because of your hustle, not because of your connections, but because of divine intervention. This is the shift you've been waiting for, the confirmation you've been praying for, the sign that your spirit already recognized before your mind could comprehend it. Wealth is no longer something you have to chase. It is something that will now chase you. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear will not only confirm everything you've suspected about yourself, it will awaken something inside of you that has been waiting for this very moment. There are two kinds of people in this world: those who struggle for wealth their entire lives, and those who simply attract it. You've seen it. People who work tirelessly, grinding from morning to night, yet never seem to get ahead. Then there are others, effortless, almost as if money flows to them naturally. No matter what happens, they land on their feet. No matter the crisis, they come out even richer. Have you ever wondered why? The difference is alignment. The first group believes that wealth is something they must create through struggle, through relentless effort, through sacrifice. They live in a state of survival, always worrying, always doubting, always operating from a place of fear. But the second group, they don't operate in the same system. They understand something deeper. They know that wealth is not something they must fight for. It is something that is already theirs. And here is where the revelation happens. You belong to the second group. You may not have fully stepped into it yet, but that's about to change. Because you were never meant to live in lack. You were never meant to struggle endlessly. You were never meant to wake up every morning worrying about bills, expenses, or survival. You were designed for abundance. And from this moment on, you must shift your entire perspective. Wealth is no longer something you need to create. It is something that already exists, waiting for you to receive it. This is what makes the chosen ones different. While others live in limitation, you operate in divine provision. While others stress about tomorrow, you live in certainty. While others wonder if they'll have enough, you rest in the knowledge that God has already provided. The moment you embrace this truth, you will feel it. The shift. Opportunities will begin to appear where you once saw obstacles. Money will begin to flow to you from unexpected sources. People will enter your life at just the right moment. And what once felt like an uphill battle, it will feel effortless. Not because of luck, not because of coincidence, but because you finally stepped into your divine inheritance. Something powerful happens when a chosen one fully accepts their divine abundance. The struggle ends. The financial stress disappears. The pressure lifts. Because suddenly you realize that it was never your responsibility to create wealth. It was always God's duty to provide. For so long you believed that your survival depended on your own effort. You worked, pushed, sacrificed, thinking that if you could just do more, work harder, be smarter, then maybe you would finally find financial freedom. But now you see the truth. Your wealth has nothing to do with effort. It has everything to do with alignment. A river does not struggle to flow. The ocean does not fight to be full. The sun does not try to shine. It simply does, because that is its nature. and your nature is abundance. When you finally let go of the belief that you must struggle for success, everything changes. When you stop trying to force money into your life and instead allow it to flow, you will see how easily it arrives. Because now God has taken over. Your finances, your provision, your resources, it is all in His hands now. And unlike the systems of the world that rely on effort and luck, God's system never fails. You are entering a season of effortless wealth. This doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you no longer act from a place of fear, desperation, or scarcity. Instead, you move with certainty. You know that the opportunities meant for you will come. You know that the money you need will arrive at exactly the right time. You know that the doors that need to open will do so without you forcing them. Because now, the responsibility belongs to God. Do you feel it? The shift that's happening right now. That's the weight of struggle lifting from your shoulders. That's the realization sinking in. You are free. Free from the worry. Free from the endless cycle of trying and failing. Free from the belief that you have to fight for every dollar, every opportunity, every moment of success. From now on, wealth is no longer your battle. It is your birthright. And as you step into this truth, everything around you will begin to change. The money you once fought for will now flow to you effortlessly. The people who once overlooked you will now seek you out. The doors that once remained locked will now swing open before you even reach for them, because you have stepped into divine abundance. This is the season you've been waiting for. This is the moment everything shifts. And from now on, it is God's duty to provide. But now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment where something unexpected happened? Where money, opportunities, or breakthroughs came out of nowhere just when you needed them? That was not coincidence. That was confirmation. Share your experience in the comments below. Because when the chosen ones come together, the energy amplifies, the blessings multiply. And this is only the beginning. Your abundance is here. And nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you attract when you step into alignment with divine provision. The chosen ones do not run after success. It naturally gravitates toward them. The difference between those who struggle and those who thrive isn't in how hard they work. It's in how much they trust. For so long, you've been conditioned to believe that financial freedom comes from grinding endlessly, from pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, from constantly worrying about how to make ends meet. But when you truly understand divine wealth, you realize something powerful. It was never your job to force success into your life, because God already planned it for you. Think about this. Does the earth fight to produce fruit? Does the sun struggle to rise? Does the river force itself to flow? They simply exist in alignment with their purpose, and abundance is a natural result. You are no different. Your prosperity does not come from overworking yourself. It comes from stepping fully into your divine assignment, into the path you were created to walk. The moment you align with that purpose, provision follows. The money, the opportunities, the success, it all begins to flow effortlessly, just as it was always meant to. But there's one thing that blocks abundance more than anything else: fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of losing what you have. Fear of uncertainty, of instability, of financial insecurity. Fear is the enemy of abundance because it creates resistance. It tells the universe, "I don't believe I will be provided for." It causes you to operate from a place of survival rather than trust. But here's the truth. You were never meant to live in survival mode. You were meant to flourish. And the moment you let go of fear and fully embrace divine wealth, you will witness something miraculous. Money will come to you effortlessly. The right people will appear in your life. Doors that once seemed impossible to open will unlock without you even having to knock. Because when you finally trust that God is the source of all provision, you step into a reality where struggle no longer exists. The chosen ones have always operated differently. While the world tells people they must fight to succeed, the chosen understand that true wealth is not created, it is received. And here's what most people don't realize. Wealth is more than just money. It is a state of being. When you are truly abundant, everything in your life reflects that prosperity. Your relationships thrive, your health flourishes, your mind is clear, your spirit is at peace. Because wealth is not just about numbers in a bank account. It's about walking in the fullness of everything you were meant to be. Most people think that if they just had more money, their problems would disappear. But what they don't understand is that money is simply a reflection of your internal state. If you live in fear, in doubt, in scarcity, then no amount of money will ever be enough. You will always feel like you're chasing, grasping, trying to hold on to something that feels just out of reach. But when you shift your perspective, when you stop chasing wealth and start becoming wealth, everything changes. You start to attract prosperity in ways you never imagined. The things you once struggled to achieve start happening effortlessly. You move through life with a sense of certainty because you know that no matter what happens, you are always provided for. This is the difference between those who struggle and those who thrive. Those who struggle believe that money is something they must earn. Those who thrive understand that money is something they allow. And when you finally step into this understanding, you unlock something that most people never will. Financial freedom that is not dependent on external circumstances. Because true wealth is not about working harder. It's about stepping into alignment with who you were meant to be. If you've ever felt like money just slips through your fingers, like no matter how much you make, it never seems to be enough. There's a reason for that. Most people unknowingly block their own financial blessings. They cling to fear, to doubt, to beliefs that keep them in a cycle of struggle. They tell themselves, money is hard to make, success takes years of sacrifice, only the lucky ones get rich. But what if I told you that the very thoughts you carry are shaping your financial reality? Because here's a truth that many are not ready to accept. Your wealth is waiting for you, but it cannot reach you if you keep resisting it. Think about a river. When it flows naturally, it moves effortlessly, carrying water to everything in its path. But what happens if there's a blockage? The water builds up, unable to flow, creating tension and stagnation. This is exactly what happens when you hold on to limiting beliefs about money. When you tell yourself that wealth is hard to attain, you create a blockage. When you live in fear of losing money, you create a blockage. When you operate from scarcity rather than trust, you create a blockage. But the moment you remove those mental and spiritual barriers, abundance flows freely. And here's the best part. It does not take years to shift your financial reality. It takes a single moment of realization. Right now, as you listen to these words, you have the power to break free from everything that has been holding you back. You have the power to step into effortless abundance, into limitless provision, into a life where money is no longer something you stress over. It is something that simply comes to you. Because when you truly embrace this, everything changes. Money stops feeling like a struggle. Opportunities start appearing where you least expect them. People begin to enter your life, bringing you exactly what you need at exactly the right time. And suddenly you realize something profound. You were never meant to live in lack. You were always meant to be abundant. And now, from this moment forward, you are stepping into that truth. From this moment forward, wealth is no longer your burden to carry. It is God's duty to provide. And as you fully embrace this reality, you will see it unfold in ways that will leave you speechless. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. And nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. Have you ever noticed that some people move through life effortlessly, as if success follows them? It's not because they are smarter. It's not because they work harder. It's because they are aligned with something greater. When a chosen one steps into divine abundance, they begin to experience something powerful. Their prayers start manifesting at an accelerated rate. This is not magic. This is not luck. This is a spiritual law in action. When you are aligned with divine provision, your words carry a different weight. Your prayers don't just drift into the air. They create movement in the unseen realm. They activate a shift that brings your desires into reality. Think about it. How many times have you asked for something, only for it to appear in a way you never expected? A solution right before a deadline. Money arriving at the last possible moment. A door opening when you least expected it. This is not a coincidence. This is divine order. But here's what makes the chosen ones different. They don't pray from a place of desperation. They pray from a place of certainty. They don't beg for provision. They declare it. They don't wonder if help will come. They expect it. They don't doubt. They know. And because of this unshakable faith, their prayers move things. This is what sets them apart. While others plead and hope, the chosen ones command their reality into alignment with divine abundance. They understand that words create. And when they speak from a place of faith, from a place of knowing, the universe responds immediately. This is why their wealth is different. They do not chase money. They do not worry about lack. They do not struggle to receive. They simply trust, and it arrives. This is the power of divine manifestation. This is what happens when you finally step into the truth of who you are. Everything you desire is already waiting for you. The opportunities, the wealth, the right connections, the breakthroughs. But so many people delay their blessings because they keep waiting instead of stepping forward. The chosen ones understand that divine wealth does not come to those who hesitate. It comes to those who move with confidence. You see, most people make decisions based on their current reality. They look at what they have, and if it's not enough, they assume they can't move forward. But this is where the chosen ones are different. They don't make decisions based on what they see. They make decisions based on what they know is coming. This is why they move differently. While others hesitate, they step forward. While others worry about how things will happen, they trust that everything is already aligning in their favor. And because they move with this level of faith, resources appear when they need them. The money shows up. The right people cross their path. The opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly become available. Not because they figured it all out. Not because they waited until everything was perfect. But because they acted as if the blessing had already arrived. This is how divine wealth works. You do not receive abundance and then become confident. You become confident, and then you receive abundance. This is what separates those who struggle from those who thrive. While others wait for a sign, the chosen ones become the sign. They act in faith before the evidence appears. And because they operate in this level of trust, the blessings chase them down. When a chosen one truly embraces their divine calling, everything changes. The way they see the world shifts. The way they interact with money transforms. The way they move through life becomes completely different, because they are no longer bound by the limitations of the world. They no longer fear lack. They no longer stress over money. They no longer question whether they are worthy of wealth. They know who they are. And when they reach this level of certainty, they become unstoppable. But here's the most powerful part. Their wealth is not just about them. A chosen one's abundance is designed to overflow. Their prosperity is meant to touch others. Their success is meant to elevate those around them. Their financial increase is meant to be a tool for greater impact. This is why their blessings are different. They do not hoard their wealth. They do not hold on to it out of fear. They do not live in scarcity. They circulate abundance. And because they give, they receive even more. This is why chosen ones never run out. The more they give, the more they are given. The more they share, the more doors open. The more they pour into others, the more the universe pours into them. This is divine overflow. This is what happens when a chosen one steps fully into their purpose. They move with confidence. They give without fear. They receive without struggle. And their wealth multiplies effortlessly. Because once you fully accept your divine inheritance, you enter a reality where abundance never stops flowing. This is the life you were meant for. And now, it is yours to claim. This is the moment everything changes. You've walked through the struggles. You've endured the trials. You've questioned why things seemed so difficult for so long. But now, you finally understand. Every challenge was preparing you for this. Every setback was a setup for what is coming. Every delay was only making room for something greater than you could have imagined. Because now you are stepping into divine overflow. No more chasing, no more struggling, no more wondering if you will have enough. You have entered a reality where money, opportunities, and success flow to you effortlessly. Not because of luck, not because of chance, because you are chosen. And the chosen ones do not live in lack. You are now walking under a different system. The world may say success is difficult, that wealth is only for a select few, that you must fight every step of the way to make it. But that does not apply to you, because you no longer operate under the world's system. You operate under divine provision. And in divine provision, there are no limits. There is no shortage. There is no fear of not having enough, because God is the source, and He never runs out. From this moment forward, you are walking in certainty. You are no longer uncertain about your future. You know it is already provided for. You are no longer stressing about money. You know abundance is flowing toward you. You are no longer living in fear. You know that no matter what happens, you are taken care of. This is financial freedom at its highest level. Not just having money, but having complete trust that you will always be provided for, without struggle, without fear, without doubt. And when you reach this level, something incredible happens. You stop playing small. You stop hesitating. You stop holding back. Because you finally realize that you were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were created for something greater. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where money, opportunities, or success came to you unexpectedly? A time when things just worked out in a way that felt like divine intervention? Drop your experience in the comments below, because when we share our testimonies, we activate even greater abundance, not just for ourselves, but for everyone connected to us. If this message resonated with you, type "I am chosen" in the comments. Let this be your declaration, your confirmation, your step into divine abundance. Because this is not just a message, this is a shift. And once you step into it, nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. Your wealth is coming. Your success is certain. Your best days are ahead of you. Because you are chosen. And from this moment forward, wealth is no longer your burden. It is God's duty.